This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 331 through lesson 340, each of which relates to the ego as understood in the course. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 331 through 340, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further comments are provided in the description below. In the course, the ego is our belief that we are separate and limited bodies with independent minds and wills. The ego is not a real entity, but an illusory, mistaken identity that we believe to be us. The introduction, which precedes these 10 lessons, tells us that, quote, "To know reality is not to see the ego," end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 339, December 5th. I will receive whatever I request. Your attention is precious and crucial. What you attend to comes into your life. So, if you want joy and love in your life, focus on love and perceive love in whatever you see. Even if you feel attacked or become fearful, see the call for love by your, quotes, attacker instead. The lesson's title could also be written, I will receive whatever I look for and perceive. The title of today's lesson is, I will receive whatever I request. So, if we receive whatever we request, it is in our interest to request only what we really and truly want. The lesson reminds us that we are often confused as to what that is. We often think that something will give us pleasure, but it actually brings us pain. We think that something will bring us joy, but it ends in sorrow. That is our life in the illusion. There is no certainty in the illusion. The illusion is inconsistent and insane. No lasting and sure peace can be found there. But the Course teaches us where such lasting and sure peace can be found. And today's prayer tells us exactly how to find it. Quote, Father, this is your day. It is a day in which I would do nothing by myself, but hear your voice in everything I do, requesting only what you offer me, accepting only thoughts you share with me. End quote. If, as the lesson title tells us, you receive what you request, that is what you want to request. Not trinkets in the illusion, You want to hear and follow the sure voice for God, your internal teacher or Holy Spirit, rather than that of your ego. Your ego can sometimes give you things in the illusion, which may or may not turn out as you expected. But the voice for God always gives you exactly what you truly want and need.